Hey, this is Tim Greer, Regional Training Manager with Grundfos Commercial Building Services. And in today's edition of the Sustainable Buildings Academy Tech Shorts, we're going to talk about best installation practices for the NBS or NBSE series pump. Now remember, this is just an overview. Always refer to the official technical documentation, such as the installation manual, for full information and guidance. And if you're not licensed and qualified to perform these actions, get someone who is. Now, the NBS series is an in-suction pump that's been in our portfolio for several years now. It's a great fit for HVAC closed-loop applications as well as boosting applications on the plumbing side.
A key feature of these pumps is the rigid split coupling design. Shaft alignment is not needed, which means the installation is quick and simple. In fact, Grundfos offers a lifetime alignment guarantee on all NBS and NBSE pumps.
The NBS or NBSE's seal replacement procedure is very easy, so when maintenance is needed, downtime can be drastically reduced. So we want to take just a few minutes to review some installation best practices to ensure optimal performance. So let's start first with the foundation. Now ideally, the pump is installed on a completely even flat concrete foundation that's heavy enough to support the entire assembly. It needs to be at least 8 inches larger than the pump assembly all the way around and 1.5 times the weight of the total pump assembly. In fact, the thicker the foundation mass, the quieter the operation can be. We recommend a mass up to 5 times that of the NBS assembly to ensure the quietest operation. Now check out the installation manual for more details on this, including curing time and the proper way to embed the anchor bolts. Now there are a lot of similar pumps out there that require grouting the rail for shaft alignment. This is not required for the NBS series, but it does greatly improve stability and compensates for any imperfections in the foundation. Now the NBS NBSE series is available with or without a frame. The one we're looking at right now does not have a frame.
And in most cases, you don't really need a frame due to this rigid coupling design. And remember, if you need multiple pumps, check out some of our skid packages like the Delta HCU.
Now, regardless of whether it ships with or without a base, once it's in place, it's critical to ensure the discharge flange is level. Use a spirit or torpedo level across the top flange in all directions. Now, if you need to, use shims or wedges at the feet, and base is needed to ensure that it's level. Now, once it's level, you're probably ready to tighten your anchor bolts, but make sure the pipes can be aligned to the flanges without any strain on the system. Now, if there is, that will increase vibration and noise and could shorten the life of some of the critical components. All right, so let's take a minute to talk a little bit about expansion joints. Now, the primary purpose of expansion joints is to reduce thermal stress and pressure surges. They are not designed to overcome foundational issues or leveling issues. And the manual recommends not installing them too close to the pump intake and discharge. This will prevent excessive turbulence. Now, after you've tightened all of the anchor bolts, before applying power, it's a really good idea to manually turn the shaft. So you want to remove the coupling guard and slowly turn the shaft about 360 degrees. You want to ensure you don't feel any resistance or rubbing. And if you do feel resistance, you may want to disconnect your flanges and see if it decreases. If so, you need to check your leveling again. Now, real quick, it's important to remember during the factory assembly of every NBS or NBSE pump, all individual components are carefully inspected before assembly, and multiple checks occur along the way to ensure no misalignment, binding, or rubbing occurs. In fact, we ensure shaft runout is less than 0.004 of an inch at the coupling. We also pressure test all NBS and NBSE pumps. Again, check the install manual for any final startup procedures, including priming the pump. Be sure to follow all safety procedures as well. Pump priming will differ slightly based on whether the liquid level is above or below the pump intake. Now, if you're installing an NBS, not an NBSE, and it's in a 3-phase application, after applying power, you need to ensure the motor is turning the correct direction. It should be turning the direction of the arrow on the cast iron housing. Now, once you've successfully started up the system, you may see a small amount of leakage around the mechanical seal. But remember, mechanical seals like this, there is a run-in time. Now, if you see excessive leakage or it doesn't go away after a few moments, you may want to get with our service team.
Also, if fluid leakage in this area is an issue, remember there is an NPT-compatible drain hole in the bottom of the motor adapter.
Now, seals do have an end of life, so when it's time to replace, we've got a few great videos out there on how to do it. Remember to take initial readings when startup is complete. It's important to have a baseline for future reference. And that's it. Now remember, always refer to the installation manual or any other official documents, and be sure to contact Grundfos if you need any additional support. Thanks a lot.